What was normal to have in 2010 but not 2020? Things with mustaches on them. I remember I had a pair of shades that had mustaches on them and I thought they were so pimpin'. Also galaxy theme everything. Not many people talk about Wii, but I feel like that was the real shit. Please enjoy the music while your party is reached. Proceeds to blast some deep-fried orchestra music. All those Live Strong type landfill bracelets for everything. CD/DVD drive. Yesterday I took my laptop out, it's a ThinkPad I run CAD stuff on. I wanted to play Absolute Fabulous DVD because I'm sick and bored, and wanted to lay in bed. Then I realized I don't have a device with a DVD/CD player. My tower doesn't have one, my laptop doesn't have. I can't even recall when was the last I needed one other than last night. Everything from programs to media I basically have either online or on USB storage. Edit, okay. Since I know I'll get a lot more comments about this. I don't have a gaming console, I don't even have a TV to plug it into. A still functioning flip phone with no access to the internet. Those chipmunk remixes of pop music. God, I hated those. Funny ringtones. Everyone had some ridiculous comedy ringtone for a couple of years there, and then in like 2011 we just mutually decided as a culture to keep our phones on vibrate. Except old people on trains. Bingly bong bong dingly dong dong deedly doo doo doo. A separate device for music from your cell phone. Fear of the World ending in 2012. Edit, wow. Didn't expect this many people to see this. Thanks guys. And yeah, I get that most people didn't actually fear the end of the world, but you can't deny that it was part of the culture back then. I was in high school and everyone always talked and joked about it. CRT monitors. Rip my beautiful 50-pound Samsung Sync Master 24 CRT beast, you were perfect for all my CS 1.6 needs. I guess carrying around a dedicated camera, music player, handheld gaming system and cell phone simply because you enjoy having them separate. People look at me like I'm an idiot nowadays. One of those car cassette tapes that had a 3.5mm headphone cables attached which allowed you to plug your iPod/MP3 player into your cassette player in your car. A regular savings account that gave several % interest, even with only $200 in it. And you weren't charged a maintenance fee on it because it was under the $300 minimum. A sense that the words presidential candidate Donald Trump were funny. While I still sometimes see modems here in Seattle, there's fewer of them than in 2010. iPhone 4, then it was cool and everyone wants it. Now they are hating on you and you are considered poor. A misdemeanor marijuana possession charge. At least in MD. I used to be paranoid. Now you can damn near walk down the street smoking and not get harassed. And people made a big deal about it if you got busted. Even if you do get one today, nobody cares. Probably like those rainbow loom rubber band bracelet thingies because there is not a single, and I mean single, kid or adult with these bracelets. I guess this is something to do with trends and those come and go. A computer room. Similar to an office room where only one computer would be located. Typically a desktop. Now everyone has their own laptops. A healthy conversation with someone on the opposite political spectrum. Paper maps in your car. I still have my Melways, 2010, I think, in my boot. I know someone said GPS mounted in your car but they were expensive for me so I asked Mum for Christmas for a Melways. I was working at a primary school, they had to use a Melways for something because another class had the laptops. They, the students, were shocked to learn that Google Maps didn't always exist. Everyone that used to have ringbacks in the early 2000s was replaced by Vivaldi's Four Seasons. Food at Benihana. People still eat there but noon goes to Benihana for the food like they used to. And if someone says they did or that they had a craving for Benihana's food, they're just too insecure to admit that they went for the glory hole. General Motors was still selling Hummers in 2010. I don't see any in my city anymore, although I sometimes see them in Western Canada. Rainbow stuff if you're not LGBTQ. Now it's just assumed that if you wear rainbow you're gay. A BlackBerry, one of those hair extension feathers, in the case of people my age now, 21 braces, t-shirts with Cookie Monster on them, t-shirts with slogans about bacon. A phone separate from a music player. Walking around with a flip phone and an iPod. I forget how convenient it is now. Myself and my friends in 2010 all had things called Tamagotchis. They were virtual pets on a mobile computer thing. You would raise them, feed them, play games with them and level them up, so they eventually evolved. You started with a baby version, and if you left it for too long on its ow, it would eventually die. An iPod. Nowadays everyone has everything on their single phone. iPods are practically obsolete by this point. Flip phones were still pretty normal. Or those ones that would slide open to the keyboard. If I see someone with that now, I think they're a lunatic. Hand sanitizer it's weird to have because people would think you have a virus. A flip phone. I had one from 2016 to 2019, because my parents didn't think I was ready for a real phone. I probably would have done less bad things were I to get a real phone. Hope. And no, that's not a political statement. In 2010, I literally had hope for the future, and that's basically gone. A separate MP3 player. I still rock my iPod from time to time though. So many throwbacks. Being able to make sexist/racist jokes without people getting butthurt as hell over it. Jokes, you could tell a joke easy in 2010 and no real issues. We had comedians that would make seriously messed up jokes. Now though, one joke and that's your entire life ruined. Regular size/shape lips. It seems that every other girl has those filler injected lips, which I think looks weird. It's all the craze nowadays, but I don't find it particularly attractive on a girl. A point and shoot digital camera. I know they're still around, but I haven't seen one in the wild in probably 8 years at least. Maybe pixelated games. Graphics have gone from pixel graphics to VR imagery. Still, some games still look blocky, but not quite popular. Minecraft isn't pixely, per se. It isn't like Pokemon Black and White from 2012. An iPod Touch. I haven't seen one of those things in years, and literally everyone I knew had one. I know they still make them, but I don't see anyone with them out anymore. I miss mine. Those weird shag bands. I had loads because I thought they were cool, but my friends would always say each color meant you have done a specific sexual act. This is pre-2010, but does anyone remember a phase of charity wristbands being everywhere? I never seen anyone with bracelets anymore. A digital camera. Nowadays most people's phones are good enough that a separate camera isn't needed unless you're actually into photography. Respect for Oscar-winning producer Harvey Weinstein and double Oscar-winning actor Kevin Spacey. The fake gadget apps that you use to show off the capabilities of your cool new smartphone with. For example, the beer drinking app, shaving machine app, a home phone line. I feel like it was the past 10 years where it really phased out. An optic drive for your computer? I remember because Deus Ex Human Revolution from 2011 was the last physical game I ever bought, and my current computer doesn't have an optic drive. I haven't used a CD or DVD in years.